Countdown to launch. It is separation season and we are preparing for 2025 all at the same time. I'm super excited for this one. We're going to talk about the impact that us as real estate agents, yes, people may refer to us as used car salesmen, but we on this channel, in this community, and in this industry are going to absolutely crush the haters and just have the most impact we possibly can on our clients to help people grow wealth. And if you're on board, let's go. We're taking action. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook. This one's back to my roots, back to those coaching roots. It's going to be a rah-rah pregame speech like you've never heard before, but there is so many things going on, and I often cover how to have impact and how to work a sphere of influence in our current market, in our business, in today's modern world. And if you like that information or you're interested in more, please subscribe to my channel. Head over to IG at the RE Agent Playbook, and I'd be happy to start that conversation. I am here to serve you and help you get a win every single day at the game of real estate. We're also on the podcast, so if you're driving around town, check out the audio feed over there on anywhere you find your podcasts. Throw me a review, share it with your favorite real estate agent, but let's get rolling. Okay, I feel it, you feel it. I understand that 2025 is going to be absolutely chaotic. There's going to be all kinds of different things going on, and that is why it's the countdown to launch right now, where separation and preparation will launch us into an amazing Q4 and amazing 2025. Q4 is absolutely overlooked, and that is why it's been referred to as separation season by Ed Milet and all the entrepreneurial gurus, because we have so many distractions, right? It's super easy just to, kick your feet up and prepare for Thanksgiving and prepare to have a house full of family and all of that as we kind of put our business on the back burner. Then we have New Year's and everyone's ready to roll. We can set our goals in that first couple weeks and then we're off to the races. Well, the problem with that in real estate is that if we set our goals in January, typically all of our actions and what we're doing shows its face 90 to 180 days down the road in the form of, transactions and things like that. And so if you know anything about the real estate world, which I hope you do if you're here, then we need to start right now. And we need to not take our foot off the pedal. We need to drive right through this Q4, certainly take a day or two around those holidays, spend them with family, but our mind and our focus has to be on what we can do, because those ready and most willing to have impact on their clients will absolutely succeed. And so I want you to know that 2024 has been a rough year, whether it's, your colleague agents that have had a tough year with all the NAR lawsuits and all the high interest rates and all of that, or it's your clients, right? With the economy, with the election, right? It's really easy to take the entire first month of Q4 off and get so distracted by an election that you are not operating in your business because you say, well, it depends on how the election turns out, how the market's going to be, how my business is going to be. That's not the case. You have control, right? You have the ability. In the harder times as agents, we have a more important role to have positive impact on people. I coach agents, I talk to agents all the time. They're like, well, it was really easy when I would call my buyers 6 months later and be like, hey, you've earned, 6 figures on your home already, in some markets, obviously. And the truth is that is an easy conversation. However, the conversation that's probably more important that, hey, you bought right at the top, it's fallen off a little bit. Here's some strategies. Here's what we need to make sure that we're all on the same page and doing, so that you can absolutely focus them in on, holding on to that mortgage, not holding on to hope, because as we know, the market will cycle and they will still come out on top. And if, the truth is 5, 10, 20 years ago, they probably didn't even know they lost, that 10K in equity or whatever, they don't even know that. But now it's constantly in front of them. Every time they log onto their computer, do you want to know how much your house is worth? Do you want this, Zillow, all the things? And so we need to be that voice. We need to be that professional voice that walks alongside, puts our arm around them, and has that impact and says, hey, It's going to be okay. Did you know in 2008, 2009, when the market crashed and some markets lost 10 to 20% in value, if you held out onto that home for 3 more years, you were, right side up and actually, on the path for massive acceleration in your equity. And so that is the kind of impact that we can have. And so I want you to really focus. And I think Q4 of this year is truly a changing, right? We had a crazy, chaotic economy going up, and then it kind of flattened out, and it has decreased a little bit, not crazy. But now that the interest rates are coming down, we might see this again, right? We might see a steady increase. So don't let this little blip on the radar, be something that allows you to have fear or anxiety about calling these people. At the end of the day, we don't control the economy. We just control the conversations that we can have so that we can advise our clients properly. So that is absolutely what separation season is going to look like this year. Obviously, that's my jam. I love having those conversations with people. I love strategizing. I love solving problems. And so it's easy for me, but I want you to come alongside me, right? And we're talking from the consumer base right now, but in the industry too, right? Lenders, inspectors, appraisers, other agents. We've all kind of been on this roller coaster here where we were way up and then we went way down in transaction volume. Now we're steadying out. Now who's going to jump off the roller coaster? Who already has, that you can pull back on and say, hey, we got to do this. We got to have impact on our community. We don't want to look like the used car salesman that's just there when the market's good, and then we go, do something else and go back to our engineering job when the market's hard, because the problems are solved and the market's hard, and separation season is there. So the relationships, it's a crucial moment in relationships with your clients, with your industry colleagues, with everybody, because it's been so chaotic. We've seen the highs, we've seen the lowest, the lows, and now let's come together, right? If the NAR lawsuits taught us anything, it's that we aren't in competition as competing agents, right? There's other forces, there's lawsuits, there's plaintiffs, there's attorneys that really are attacking our industry. But if we huddle up together and we go out there as, 11 strong or 5 strong in my favorite sport, hoops, and we show up as a unit, we are undefeatable, right? We cannot be beaten because we're showing up as a unit. Our goal is to have impact and help our clients, build wealth and make the right real estate decisions throughout their journey and help them manage those assets. And if we show up with that, we show up with our brothers and sisters shoulder to shoulder, it's going to be a lot better for us in the end. So that's the thing. Q4, separation season, right? But if we're so focused on separation and we're not setting, that expectation, those goals for what's to come, if we're not looking ahead and we're so focused on this, we're like talking to all these people about, hey, how are you doing? 2024 was pretty rough. 2025 is going to be amazing. If we're focused on 2024 only and we're focused on bringing everybody in and doing the thing, then we might be behind on preparation, right? So we do need to have that separation season. We need to stay locked in. We can't, on October 5th or whatever today is, look forward and be like, oh, we're going to do this right now, right? We have to understand that no matter what year, right, this is the season where you do have to keep your foot on the gas, and you also have to have preparation, because in our industry, that foundation is important. So as we're separating, as we're doing the things that are going to differentiate us from the other 7 real estate agents that your sister knows, is we have to understand, okay, let's have a little bit of planning. Time block, just a little bit of planning. We don't need a 3-month, goal setting session. We need an hour or 2 here. How are we going to do it? How are we going to improve? What are we going to do socially? What are we going to do with the family? What are we going to do for our body and our faith? And what are we going to do, for our businesses ultimately? And so make sure you're mixing that in. And the cool part is, if you're gaining momentum in this separation season, that momentum will carry into those goals, and it won't even be a reset, right? It's so funny that in society, it's like, oh, thank gosh, 2024 is over. 2025 is going to be so much better. Those people write that every single year on Facebook the same time. That is just a day in time. It's truly on a continuum. It's not like anything is different on December 31st, 2024 from January 1st, 2025, besides maybe our mindset for a week or 2, right? So we need to kind of eliminate that and just know that it's just a date, right? It's just something we're passing. It's just a mile marker on the journey. And so we're going to build that momentum. through separation. We're going to make sure that we're doing the things we need to do. We're going to make those contacts we need to talk about. We're going to reach out to those people we haven't reached out to using, the holidays or whatever we need, just checking in on them after a hard 2024, whatever that is, to have those conversations, develop that momentum as we go, and continue pushing forward, and not rely on the holidays next year to reach out to our clients and do those things. So once we're doing that, once we're in momentum, let's not take 2 weeks off at Thanksgiving. Let's not take 2 weeks off at Christmas. If you're going on vacation, great, but let's fulfill our dedication to our industry, and let's really get that momentum going. Because right now, honestly, is the absolute time for you where preparation meets separation for you to absolutely launch into your goals in Q4 and beyond. So how do we do that? We ground ourselves, we time block, we make sure that we're focusing on the business, in the business, we make sure we're fulfilling our own personal journeys, whether that's, getting so many workouts in, drinking water, eating healthy, having time with our spouse, our kids, that kind of stuff. So we're all going to do this, and we can do it all right now, right? Because the nice part is your kids, your spouse, maybe they do have some time off around the holidays, so they're going to be around. So build that in, right? That's super important. I'm not saying go all in on, everything here, but you have such an ability, right? You have such an opportunity to have these conversations, to continue to show up and to maybe build a little bit of something new for something coming down the road, 2025, what you're going to do, build that up. But if you're building that in momentum, that momentum will carry right through and help you launch whatever that, initiative is, or lead generation idea, or whatever it is. But we can't, have this momentum, stop for 2 weeks and say, oh, I want to build this. Lose that momentum, focus so much on building this, because if it doesn't work, then we've lost that momentum, right? So if we stay in momentum, okay, yeah, I'm going to work on this for a day or two. We're going to build it up. We're going to try it out. We're going to implement it right away. It's just a mile marker on the road, right? So that's what I want. I want you to pull people in close. You have no idea what other agents, what other lenders, what people in our industry have gone through. So put a lot of that behind you. Let's come together as an industry. Let's mastermind. Let's absolutely grow together. And it will be the very best quarter you will ever have, gaining momentum. You can look back right now and say, yeah, I was a top producer then, but my impact and everything really took off. My income obviously was rewarded. My personal life was rewarded. My relationships of industry partners, of my clients, of my family, of my kids was all rewarded because of that moment, because we decided we weren't going to take our foot off the gas. We were going to stay in momentum. We're going to use Q4 as a launch pad, right, to our success into Q1 of 2025. How crazy is that? Right? So the countdown to launch is on, from separation to preparation for 2025. I can't wait to see you on the mission. Let's go. I'll see you in orbit. But I'm super excited. Please like, comment, subscribe, and catch me on the next one. Bye-bye.